All right, Mac,
Hello.
Hotheads, Sixers, Dreamers. We're here, another episode of Row 26. Welcome. After another long week for Hotz and I working our asses off at our respective jobs. You rocking the Kevin Johnson right now? Did I just catch that when you first came to the state, bro? Is that right?
That's Kevin Johnson, mayor of Sacramento, Jersey.
Fuck yeah, bro. Good to see you, John. Happy Friday to you, bro. How's your week? How's things? Talk to me.
Things are good. Look, I got the expensive ass hat.
Let's go.
Yeah. Fucking $70 hat.
I like it. Show me the underbrim. Let me see the underbrim.
Oh, the underbrim goes crazy.
There we go.
Let me take it off.
Yeah, I gotta see. I want to see. This is important. So, John, just for context, John and I, that goes crazy. So, John and I have been talking about the idea of hats, how hats look when you want to buy a new hat, when you want to like get a new hat.
And then I bought an $80 hat.
Look at that underbrim. If you ever want to know how strong a hat is, you got to check the under. You got to look at the under brim, the color, as well as the panels underneath the hat. Tells you everything you need to know.
It's like very well done, and this one is like thermal. It's like warm.
Yeah, that's when you wear in the winter.
This was $80 and this was $70. I got the 15% off for like first buy. It was for like $135 on hats. But it's nice because it's like, yo, I'm balling out right now, but you only spent $135. You know what I mean? Like, you ball out on a coat and it's like $500, you know?
Yeah, at least. You'd be lucky. Yeah, I found a pea coat when I went to Macy's once. I was looking for like a pea coat with like the down lining on the inside, which is not easy to find. Found one on a rack for $375. Felt like a champion. It was like, biggest
Coats
moment.
Are crazy expensive.
I still have it. I still have the same exact pea coat. Luckily, I don't change size that much. So I was like in 8th grade, so a lot of the same stuff fits me. But yeah, bro, I feel you. Like when you get to coats and stuff like that. So I don't blame you. I mean, you gotta find quality too. Is the other thing. Like I don't like a hat that's gonna last me for fucking 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I sweat into it. I start seeing the sweat panels. I can't wash it. The whole thing. I just, even if it's New Era or any of these hats, like they can get destroyed very easily, and they also don't fit always the nicest way with 47 or New Era, those types of things. So, you know, we're big
47 and New Era. Yeah, 47 and New Era. I don't really
fuck with your head right unless you're like a Hispanic kid from the Bronx, and all those Yankee hats, they fit them all the same, or one of those type. But like generally speaking, like these types of hats with like the nice mesh material, the golfer hat material.
This has like the meshy stuff. But I mean, they're ridiculously nice. And like I said, I was looking for a new hat forever. I did mad research, and these are the only hats that I was like, I really want to get this hat. So I was like, fuck it. I haven't bought a hat in a while. I was waiting for the Roback to restock the fucking black hat that I always wear. I bought 3 of them already, and they just keep that being sold out. So I said, fuck it.
That's because you keep buying them.
Yeah. This hat's fire.
I had a question for you before we get into other stuff.
Yeah, shoot.
So I saw in that group chat, you know, I go back to my phone after 3 meetings, bro, back-to-back meetings, and I go back to my phone, I see 750 text messages, and
not that much.
Nah, I'm embellishing, of course, but there were a ton of text messages going off in our chat, and all I saw was Soto, and that's all I kind of saw. So I just wanted to get it on wax here, wax poetically about what was going on in there, and some of the things I saw you were in the thick of it, so I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just basically came down to Jermaine posted like, MLB exec says Soto's contract is extreme, like a bullshit like update on your phone, and then like him being like not worth it, and then Eddie Saint said like agreed, and he's like, especially with the moves we made since, and I just had to call Pat, like, you obviously would rather have Juan Soto. The Yankees offered him 16 years, $760 million. They offered him $10 more million over 1 more year. You break that over 15 or 16 years, it's virtually the same contract, you know, a couple million less a year.
Literally.
You know? Like,
it's also like you just saw what Soto just did. Where would the Yankees have been without him individually? Just him.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just like, if you guys signed Soto, none of you would be saying not worth it. If you want to say like, oh, we like how the plan B went and how they responded and who they got, that's one thing. But if you're like, oh no, Soto's not worth it, it's bad, which is what we eventually all agreed on for the most part. But it was just like, come on, dude, don't give me like Paul Goldschmidt had 20 homers and 60 RBIs. Bellinger had 18 homers and 70 RBIs. Like, they're decent players, but don't tell me you'd rather have them than Juan Soto in your lineup.
Sign, Devin Williams, nice sign.
Those guys I said, I was like, Fried's good, but then Eddie's like saying Fried's a top 5 starting pitcher. I'll give you top 15.
Yeah,
You know, like he's definitely not a top 5. And he
No.
had his worst year, and now he's on the other side of 30. That's another thing about
most of those guys that you just named are on the other side of 30.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. I'm like Paul Goldschmidt's 37 years old.
Yeah, he's an older player.
Bellinger, I think, is in his late 20s.
Bellinger's over the hill too. Yeah,
he's like late 20s. He still might have some good. He could be good, but I'm just saying we're comparing him to Juan fucking Soto, dude. What are we talking about? You know, so it's just that. I wasn't gonna stand for any Soto slander. You know, what I mean? That's basically what
it makes no sense for Yankee fans to have Soto slander on the basis that we were only where we were because of him. I do understand the position that, you know, the way the Yankees have responded, not getting Soto and matriculating their funds into Devin Williams, Max Fried, Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt. You know, they're doing their best. I feel like they're doing their best to try.
And that's what I said. I was like, you can say that without saying Soto is not worth it. Like, you're
I
just
agree.
saying Soto's not worth
it.
it.
True there for sure.
Yeah.
Soto's worth it, and if we could have got him, fuck yeah, every Yankee fan would be like, let's get him for any dollar. I'm pretty sure it was all Yankee fans that were like, blank check, blank check, blank check. So to say that he got a blank check somewhere else and now it's an overpay is a little disingenuous. I feel like from the crowd of people that were like, yo, Yankees, if we don't re-sign Soto, we're the dumbest fucking organization on planet Earth.
If the Yankees were to sign him, none of them would have said overpay, we paid too much for him.
Right.
And it's like I said, it's the same contract.
It would have been, and also for Mets fans or any other fans, if we had signed him to $700 million, it would be flipped. The Mets would be maybe signing the polar bear back. They'd be doing other things. But if John came to the group chat and was like, you guys overpaid for Soto, he'd be on the other side of that coin looking crazy after what Soto just did in the playoffs too. So it works both ways, no matter where Soto would have ended up signing for that $700 million. If anybody takes the take that it's an overpay.
Yeah, exactly. And then Nick was like, well, you're just saying that because you're a Mets fan. And I'm like, and you're just saying this because you're a Yankees fan.
Right.
You can't,
that's exactly what I mean.
Flip that argument on his head.
Round and round we go. Right, right.
And I said, like, Max Fried, Devin Williams, Paul Goldschmidt, and Cody Bellinger, all of their WAR combined last year was 8.8. Soto's by himself was 7.9. Wins above replacement.
I was about to ask what Soto's WAR was, and that doesn't count the playoffs. His WAR was probably double digits in the playoffs. I'm not sure.
Yeah, in the play. I mean, well, WAR accumulates over time of like played at bats.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean. It's not like a per game thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think it counts the playoffs. So I'm just saying the playoffs wouldn't be double digits because it takes time to build up.
And time.
Yeah,
right.
It takes time to build up a double digit.
If it was like a WAR stat for this, the microcosm of the playoffs,
yeah,
it probably is astronomical.
Yeah, or you could take WAR from the playoffs and compare it to the other players in the playoffs, and he's probably first. You know, like
right.
That. That's what I said too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like Judge. You know, he's an amazing player, but he had by far his best season. Like everything besides home runs was a career high for him. You know, and he's still going to be great, but I do see that batting average going from 320 to 300. I see that on base percentage going from 450 to 425. I see the strikeouts going up.
I don't see any of that.
I see RBIs.
A similar season.
I don't know, because you either have Soto hitting in front of you and setting the table where you can't really pitch around Judge because Soto's on base, and the RBIs obviously add up when he's always on base. And then on top of that, when he's hitting behind him, you can't really pitch around him. Like, who in the lineup for the Yankees now is scary to pitch around Judge to get to?
Right, and that's the question. Because right now, in terms of the bats that they have that are the most highest octane bats after Judge, there's a significant fall off right now. And you could say Gleyber Torres was great for us last year at certain points as the leadoff hitter and whatever, but he's not on the team anymore. So
yeah, I was going to say that too. If we're talking Yankees and Mets, like the Yankees got two, like Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt are super similar to me. And now you have the whole at second base and at third base, if you don't want to bring LeMahieu again, like everyone's been complaining about LeMahieu already, Jazz Chisholm can't play both, Jazz
will be a third. If I know Booney, third.
And then who's going to play second?
That's the question. If they're going to bring up Peraza again and fuck around?
I thought he was an outfielder.
He was playing the infield for us a year ago, though. Like he was playing some utility for us for sure.
I don't know. I might have to throw a challenge on that.
Legitimate position or anything like that. But losing Soto in the outfield, I guess they're going to need to replace an outfield too. I guess they got Bellinger for that, though. In a way,
I guess I think Bellinger is going to take Soto's spot. I would think Goldschmidt will play first.
I don't know much about his glove.
He's decent. I would say he's a decent outfielder, but is Goldschmidt really that much of an upgrade from Rizzo, if an upgrade at all? I mean, Rizzo was unhealthy. Goldschmidt might miss time, like whatever.
Rizzo was great in the playoffs playing unhealthy. When he was injured, he was hitting well, actually. And he's a clutch player. I also think that locker room guy, he's definitely a glue guy.
Goldschmidt's kind of a dick, to be honest.
Goldschmidt's kind of, I was just about to say that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to sound like an asshole for not really knowing him, but I have heard before that he is not a locker room guy.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very, like, I just see, like, I've heard it. I've seen the way he just interacts. And then also, I went to a Mets Diamondbacks game. I got there mad early for, like, batting practice and, like, went all the way up. Like, I wasn't personally trying to hawk autographs, but, like, you know, kids are doing it, whatever. Sure. Like, two probably, like, middle school, young teenage kids were like, Paul, please sign my ball. Please sign my ball. And he's like, nah. And just, like, walked into the dugout. Like, and it was, like, only two kids. It wasn't, like, a giant crowd. It could have taken him 8 seconds, you know, sign, flip him back.
I'll put some stake in that. You know, people have things going on in their personal lives. You never know what's going on with a person. So I can't put a full stock in that, but I agree with you that if it's two young fans that are just chilling there and like, you got plenty of time to do it, you're a dick if you don't do it.
Like I said, this was way early, like super early, like before the game, like as soon as you could get in, as early as you could get into the city field. Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, yes,
I don't know.
You brought in a guy
and just and the way he did it too, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could be like, I'm really sorry, I'm just not. He kind of just like, you know, like.
Oh, no. It's a shoo-shoo, like a shoo-shoo.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he's also on the road, you know.
Yeah, that's true too.
Also, but he seemed like I'm just gonna trust my fucking dick reading meter, whatever. No homo. Fucking, he seemed like an asshole. You know what I mean?
Like, I like
based
that.
on the.
We're simpatico when it comes to that. It's those vibes. You can look at a guy. It's like you just know when the way he interacts, it can be testy for people. Donaldson, too. You know, did we know everything about Josh Donaldson? We kind of knew he was a dick. We didn't know everything about him. We knew he had a little riff with Cole coming into the locker room, that type of stuff. It really doesn't seem like Cashman ever makes moves from glue perspective ever, which is why he's the most painful general manager. He's all analytics, all stats, all what this guy does in Yankee Stadium, all like, you know, he builds the picture from an external perspective, but the internal workings of how relationships work and guys getting along, he has shown time and time again that he does not fucking care about that. Donaldson and Cole did not get along. They hated each other before Donaldson was traded for, and we traded away a guy that bats 300, Gio Urshela. It's just like, so we can get off baseball, fucking baseball.
No, you're good. I mean, I would just say, like, what your point, we've talked about it before, like, that's like what separates like the good teams from the great teams is like the off the field, in the locker room camaraderie. Do the guys hang out together? Are they spending time together? Are they confiding in one another when they have hard times in their life? Like, versus like the guys who just are coworkers. You know, that's where it becomes like, you could be an awesomely talented team, but if everyone is like out for themselves, I mean, well, you know, I guess we'll just shift gears, but like Cam Newton talking about that he'd rather have an MVP than a Super Bowl win. Like, yes, he also won an MVP and didn't win a Super Bowl, so it's kind of easier to say now. But like, that's the kind of guy like I don't really want in my locker room. I know that I'm not trying to bash Cam too much, especially since like he's having that take now, and that's what he's accomplished and what he hasn't. It's kind of like, I get it. Like, you know, you kind of want to own what you've done and saying like, I did my job, I won the MVP. Like, but like, it showed that like he doesn't do whatever it takes to win in that Super Bowl when he didn't dive on the fumble. It was like proof positive of what you're saying right now. Like, you didn't give your all for like the team
win.
One
of the all-time blunder plays that we've ever seen on Exhibit A, like right in front of your face there, the choice. That was nuts.
Yeah. You just literally looked at the ball and didn't try.
Literally looked at the ball and made a business decision is what we call that.
In the Super Bowl, you know,
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. If it's like week 15 and you see Von Miller pounce on a ball and you don't want to get crushed.
I don't even know how you can be as a player, like in those moments, even have, it's either you're this guy or this guy, I feel like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's an instinct.
It's
like
an
it should
instinct
just be
not
instinctual.
React. Just as much as an instinct to react.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have his instinct is being pussy.
He didn't have the instinct to just dive on the ball, whatever that is. Right. Like, you know, however you want to slice it. Like his first instinct should have been.
No, he's having like cognitive thoughts. Do I dive on this? Do I not? Like it's a split second. It's like a.
No, it's like you were saying. It's almost an instinct of like stay away. There's big guys flying for that ball. You know, like I don't know. As a football player, like
anything means necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, like I you literally would yell ball like when a fumble happened, like on the field.
Right.
You'd be like, ball, like it's like get the ball. Like we reference the replacements a lot, like that Danny, like give me the ball, Danny, give me the ball. I gotta get that ball.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Yeah. Nah, but but I guess talking about that MVP versus Super Bowl, we got to talk about the big game. Of course, I mean. Shit.
I'm looking for a lighter.
No, you're good. Look for the lighter. I was trying to make a joke, and then I realized that I forgot what game that I had in my head that wasn't the Super Bowl. I was gonna be like, yeah, we got to talk about the big game, like the Lakers and the
Canucks versus the Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. But I just didn't have that in my bag.
Old poetic. Talk about the game.
Yeah. We'll get into it quickly. Obviously, I'm not very excited about the matchup between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Chiefs, obviously, we're starting to get dynasty fatigue with. This will be 3 Super Bowls in a row, and I fucking hate the Eagles. Diehard Cowboys fan, absolute fucking rival that I've hated my whole fucking life. And living in the Pennsylvania area now, I have a lot of friends who are Eagles fans. I'll be happy for them if they win. I'll congratulate them. I'll shake their hands. I'll tell them, good for you guys. But they asked me, they're like, oh, are you cheering for the Eagles? Like the Chiefs, you don't want the Chiefs to win again, do you? And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? I was like, I wouldn't cheer for the Eagles if they were playing Satan and his team of demons.
Give me the demons.
I don't give a fuck. I would rather
all day long.
There is not a world that I would cheer for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
No chance.
It could be anything. It could be any matchup, anytime. No chance.
I don't care if Mahomes wins the next 9 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
and the only guy that can take him out is Jalen Hurts' son, Jalen Hurts Jr., who gets drafted. And he's in the league now, and he's on the Eagles, and all this shit. And it's a beautiful story, and he's a great kid, and he's a cancer survivor. And anything you want to layer on to the Eagles, I don't fucking care. They're never getting a fanship from me, and I know they're not getting a fanship from John. Fuck that.
Yeah, hell, it was funny. Like my boss was like taken aback. I was like, no. He's like, I cheered for the Giants when they played the Patriots to break up the Super Bowl. I'm like, that's you. You're you, and I'm me. I'm not fucking cheering for the Eagles. I don't care if you cheer for the Giants against the Patriots.
What is that equatable? I don't understand. First of all,
well, he's an Eagle. He's an Eagles fan, so he said he cheered for the Giants.
Okay. Yeah, is he also a Yankees fan?
No, I work outside of Philly. Everyone I work with, he's a giant, Philadelphia. Everyone around me, I'm surrounded by Philadelphia sports fans everywhere. I
wasn't sure because I was going to say like maybe the Boston thing, they hate Boston type of thing, so they get
no. It was just he just hated the dynasty aspect. That's what he's trying to sell me on. Like, how can you cheer for the Chiefs? Like, don't you want them to lose? They've been winning.
I have a take on this. The dynasty thing.
Yeah,
dynasties are good. Dynasties are good for sports. So the reason that dynasties are good for sports is because there's someone to root against. And even though we have our own team to root against right now, so the dynasty is the team that we're rooting for because of other political issues here that we have. In general, dynasties are great. Dynasties are a thing of every sport, in my opinion. They make sports more popular. They're good for leagues, and it makes when they lose a way more exciting and way more monumental moment for the other team winning. It's not some parody win. It feels like the David is actually beating the Goliath. That's why I like dynasties too. I don't obviously love the idea of seeing the same thing over and over. No one does, right? No one goes back and watches the same Friends episode 6,000 times. There are some people that do it. They catch it on television. But in general...
I was going to say a lot of people do that, actually.
People do it, but I'm saying I'd say in general, like when you're like new age, like looking for a new series to watch, you're not going back to the series that you've seen. You're looking for something new to watch, generally speaking. So
that's like what you... Yeah, I get what you mean. That's like you put that on to like go to sleep to or whatever.
Right. Or it's already on television or something late night that gets you tired type of thing.
Yeah. Or you're just like, I can't find anything else. I'll throw on
exactly. Something in the background while you're chilling on the phone.
No, I kind of agree.
There's a lot of hate on dynasties, but I think deep down, and I know these leagues feel this way, but deep down, I feel like dynasties, as for fans, is a good thing, actually. And the take about them being bad for sports is actually a dinosaur take. And the real take is the reason that baseball got off its ground and all that is steroids and the Yankees. Yankees became the evil empire and everyone wanted to beat us. and then Boston got their first World Series and all that shit, and it made it massive, even bigger of a moment beating the Yankees. They didn't just beat any team; they beat us. There's a lot to encompass here, but that's just another sport. But I'm just thinking about any dynasties in general.
I'll alter your take slightly. Because I don't fully agree with you. Because I genuinely believe that parity is the best thing for sports.
Okay.
A different team winning every year, excitement, like that. I think that different teams being mixed in, everyone always having a chance every year. It's not going to be like that because there's some poverty franchises, some owners who don't really want to win. They just want to collect checks.
It's redundant. It's just because they lose one year doesn't mean that team's not going to be back the next year, like the Niners were all these years.
Yeah, but my point being is that teams let's say, in the NBA, for example, there's a lot of teams that go into the fucking well for decades at a time. The Sacramento Kings, and they'll pop out
Magic,
but they'll pop out of it. Pacers, maybe have one run every 10 to 15 years, that can be fun when that happens. But at the same time, it'd be cool if every team 1 through 32 had a legitimate chance at a championship, or in the NBA 1 through 30 had a legitimate shot at the championship every year. I think that is, a little bit ideal.
Or the playoffs.
Championship. I'm saying it's idealistic, but I think parity would be the best. If every team was kind of close in record, and any team could go almost let's say March Madness. March Madness is the most exciting because you'll see an 8 seed UConn go all the way every once in a while. You'll see teams make deep runs that were nowhere near making deep runs. That's why I think March Madness, maybe after the NFL playoffs, is my favorite sports time of the year. Outside of football, I'll say.
March Madness draws in the most non-sports fans to participate, actually, I believe.
Or even non-college basketball fans or sports fans.
Even just people that are just part of I've been to office pools before with female coworkers who have about basketball, but they fill out brackets and they get involved. They start watching the games and shit.
They'll throw a couple games on. For sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of exposure to college basketball. I agree with what you're saying, and the parity, it makes that exciting, and that's one of the reasons why. But
I'm also
think he's ever going to win the national championship, though.
Who isn't?
The 16 seed, the 15 seed.
But I'm saying an 8 seed can, and that 8 seed is a top 32 team in the country mathematically with four quadrants. Mm-hmm. An 8 seed is a 32nd ranked team in the country.
I see.
Because there's 4 quadrants of 8.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So,
I got you. Solid.
So to have the 32nd ranked team win a championship, you'll never see that happen in a professional sport. I'm not saying, like I said, it's idealistic, but that's what makes it so exciting. But my alter to your take isn't that necessarily that dynasties are bad, but I don't necessarily automatically cheering against a dynasty. You can appreciate greatness. Sure. There can be players on a dynasty team that you like and enjoy, that you want to root for, that you want to be one of the all-time greats, even if they're not on your team. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of how do you say, conformative. It's conformative to be I just hate the Chiefs because everyone else hates the Chiefs. If the Chiefs were playing, it's weird because the Commanders, I would still be cheering for the Chiefs. But if the Chiefs were playing, for example, the fucking Vikings, I'd be cheering for the Vikings, obviously. You know what I mean? If they were playing the Lions, I'd be cheering for the Lions, obviously. But the Chiefs are there are players I like on the Chiefs. I like Travis Kelce. I like their defense a lot.
You don't like the history?
I mean, it's interesting. It doesn't move I'm saying, I don't necessarily mind the Chiefs. There's people who are I fucking hate the Chiefs, and they cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's that's a random hatred. I guess they're in the same conference. So I'll take teams who, if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, you have no reason to hate the Chiefs, is what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be this everyone's against the Chiefs situation, And like I said, I hate the Eagles.
I agree with you, and I think that the defense is so likable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Guys on the defense, they're all besides Chris Jones, who's probably the most emotionally expressive, and usually he's from a positive, awesome standpoint. The guy just appreciates football and probably just appreciates the life that he lives, and that's it. And that's why he gets over emotional at the beginning and ends of games and the middle of games. But the rest of that team is a bunch of humble guys, a bunch of humble dogs. McDuffie, Bolton, Justin Reed. Like, you don't hear peeps about any of these guys. These guys are just dogs, like straight up.
Yeah, no, it's just like a do your job situation. Yeah, I like the
Absolutely.
Chiefs defense a lot. I totally agree with that point. And I like Chris Jones a ton too. Chris Jones might be my favorite Chief.
He's
and
awesome.
then I also like some of the it'd be awesome for DeAndre Hopkins to get a ring on the way out. Like, fucking guy was a baller his whole career and all fucking 19 different quarterbacks.
The rental thing. That's a good point.
The 19 different fucking quarterbacks that DeAndre Hopkins had, still getting 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns with the Texans. just beasting.
I like that
obviously, so stuff like that. But we talked about
on that team. Come on,
we still have
Samaje P. Ryan, who lost the heartbreaker with the Bengals. He dropped that ball on that down. A little retribution for him. I got you, Samaje. I'll shout it out. You remember the drop.
He stinks. Nobody cares about him.
He's converted the third down for them. It's all poetic, bro. You like waxing poetic?
Nah.
That's poetic.
Nobody cares about Samaje P. Ryan. But we'll have another podcast before the big game comes out. We can break it down a little further. I feel like we've been disrespecting Mount Rushmore a little bit these last few, just cramming it in at the end. So
that's true.
I say we get right into it. Maybe a couple extra questions, have some fun with it. I do want to apologize to the Sixers, Hotz Dreamers, for my performance in the trivia. Obviously, Jokic, Doncic, and Giannis should have been easy 3. And I just was thinking so in the past. That being said, 22 is too many. You did too many people. I think the most I ever gave you was like 11. 22 is an obnoxious amount of people.
This is credit to you. The only thing I'll say, and I agree with you, but this is credit to you because I believed that half the list were formalities.
Yeah, no, I only got half the list before you had to give me hints, which is embarrassing. But
it
was embarrassing. It was a bad performance by me for sure. But still, I heard 22 and got daunted, and I was all emotional from the Cowboys.
All those guys were you didn't even name Jokic, bro. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You had it.
No, Jokic, Doncic, and Giannis. I was just so laser focused on 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s NBA that I just blanked out. Yeah, no, it was a bad performance for me. Hand up, bad performance. But I also think it was a bad number. Too many.
I wouldn't call it bad. I say decent. I say decent. I give you decent. I'd say bad.
Thank you.
I got you.
But by my standards, I hold myself to a high standard.
Fair enough. Casey, our boy, just posted this trade. The Rangers just now. So the Rangers just traded for JT Miller, Eric Brandstrom, and Jackson Dorrington for Flip Heel, Victor Mancini, and a 2025 first-round pick protected. Immediate reactions, John.
I don't know who Eric Brandstrom and Jackson Dorrington are, to be honest. JT Miller used to be a Ranger, a good player. I like JT Miller. I always enjoyed
him more than Hedl?
No, I kind of like Hedl, but I don't know. It seems like they're playing like shit. It seems like they're trying to make moves for the future. I don't know who this.
First round pick.
Yeah, but I'm assuming these other guys are young guys, Eric Brandstrom and Jackson Dorrington. I don't know. Like I said, I wish I knew more.
Stay tuned. We'll come back next week with our reaction to this fucking trade.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know those guys?
I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
I know one guy in this whole trade. I know JT Miller's name kinda, but I only just know Hedl. I don't even know the other guy.
You don't remember JT Miller was a Ranger for a long time.
I remember JT Miller a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Vaguely. I don't know why I don't remember him that much. I feel like he's been Jersey way. I went to a game actually. And I think
he's I think he's actually playing good this season too. I actually want to look this up real quick before we start.
The only Miller, Andre is the main Miller that I've known, but JT, I'm not as big of a hockey guy as you guys know. On Sixers, Hotz, and Dreamers, I don't front. I know a little bit. I support the Rangers, but they suck.
Yeah, he's a Ranger for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we drafted by the Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Love that. Come back home, kid. Welcome back.
Yeah. So he's got 26 assists and 9 goals this year. 35 points. Pretty good. And last year he had a good season. He had 37 goals and 66 assists last year. 100-point player. Fucking beast.
All right. Throw it on the chat.
Plus 32. Yeah. I like JT Miller. He's older now, though, for sure. He's 31, so.
Yeah, and they got American anyway. So I like that they're getting rid of some of these guys that haven't performed in the playoffs for us. I don't mind.
Good American player, but let's get into the excuse me. Oh, the Hotz corner. I was reading the question. Mount Rushmore of white rappers.
All right, Eminem is 1. Mac Miller is 2. Those are 2 easy ones. White rappers. Wow.
You want to come back to it?
Vanilla Ice is a legend. Got to put Vanilla Ice up there. And the last one. I don't know if I'd put him. That's tough. I don't know if I even have a full Mount Rushmore. I think I might just have three right now.
That's why I asked 4, because it's hard once you get past the first 2.
When you get to the 4th.
Yeah. So
this 4th is hard. Maybe Marlon Craft.
All right. And then the next question is, for the next 5 years, would you rather have Jokic or Wemby? 5 years, 5 seasons.
Jokic or Wemby? Jokic.
What is your go-to candy?
Candy. Sour Patch. If we're doing like candy, talking candy.
Yeah, we're doing candy. The question is, what's your go-to candy?
For a lot of people, it would be Crunch then.
All right, we could write that in too, because I think chocolate is a form of candy, as long as you don't say just chocolate. You know what I mean? You have to like specify.
When I hear the word candy, I hear sweets. I don't hear chocolate.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like if someone asks you what's your favorite candy, you could say like Nestle's Crunch, but you can't say like chocolate or white chocolate.
Specifically the bunch of
chocolate.
Bunch of
Crunch. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. Yeah. All right, Nestle's Bunch of Crunch.
All right. Sour Patch, if we're talking candy. Candy.
Who is the worst starting NFL corner you've ever seen?
I mean, there's a couple. I got a couple names self-deprecating wise, of course, like with the Eli Apple or Mukamara guys. But I think the worst, yeah, I think that's a good. Honestly, I'm gonna ride Eli Apple. I will put up there right now as one of the worst corners I've ever seen.
All right,
on the Giants.
What is the worst commonly used male first name?
So many. I should offend you then, right? And just say John.
I mean, if that's what you think is the worst, whatever you think.
The worst you said, or you just said one, or just commonly. You said the worst.
What is the worst commonly used male first name? Like, which one do you hate? Like, if you were named, you'd be pissed.
Yeah. I got you. I'm going through the names right now in my head. Gavin.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty tough. All right. What sporting event is at the top of your bucket list to attend?
But I have to have my teams there. Is the caveat? Is the star here? But
you can do like this event with this team versus this team if you want.
Okay, so it would be the Super Bowl with the Giants, or the NBA Finals Game 7 at the Garden with the Knicks. That would be what I would love to see. If I was just going to any random game, I would want to go to like the World Cup then, the World Cup final.
All right, we'll keep it moving. What is the best pet to have besides dog or cat?
Probably like fish. I think the fish. Yeah.
Would you rather be blind or paraplegic?
Blind. Not able to move. I probably would take the paraplegic. I'd rather be a paraplegic.
Who is more important to the Knicks? Bridges or OG?
If they want to win a championship, then Bridges.
Name an underrated songwriter.
Underrated. Wow. What genre are we going, huh?
Whatever you want.
I'll go with Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. Great songwriter. I don't know if he's underrated, but I like it.
I just feel like a lot of people don't mention him, and like people know Simon and Garfunkel, but they don't really know Paul Simon.
All right. Into the trivia portion. Name the last 5 Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah, you're so good at trivia questions, man. It's awesome. All right, last 5. Do I have to name them in order, or can I just name?
No,
them?
any, whatever you want. Name
Right,
5.
Cool.
The last 5.
I think
this is like MVP of college football the last 5 years.
Yeah. I know.
I think you got a shot. At least
Hunter.
There you go. Obviously.
Devonta Smith.
Yes. Good pull.
Kind of thing. This is where it's gonna get.
You got the hardest one.
I know, and that's what's bothering me. Jalen Hurts?
No.
He lost. He was there. In the
Never even won the Heisman. Ever.
No, I'm saying he lost. Yeah, he lost the one that I remember him sitting there in the audience.
Let me know when you want hints.
Yeah, I think we're about approaching. Just because I moved the blanket.
I'm trying not to make them obvious, though. It's gonna
have
be so
fun
obvious.
and just be obscure as fuck with the hints. I might pick it up.
All right. This Heisman Trophy, 2 Heisman Trophy winners here didn't make the playoff in college football, the Final 4. The year they won the Heisman. Or ever. For both of them. 2 of them. The third one is short.
Did Shea Dorr win it?
No, Travis Hunter won.
Travis Hunter won it. I don't know why I thought he would. I'm just thinking about
short
teams that
short guy. Think about a short guy. Remarkably small for the NFL. Doesn't look right on the field. Played at Alabama. First overall pick.
I'm blanking it right now.
Drafted ahead of C.J. Stroud. Number 1 overall to the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Bryce Young.
But the other 2 guys. The other 2 guys.
Don't do this, kids.
The other 2 guys you should really know, but all right, I'll give you a hint.
Bryce Young.
Never played in the college football playoff. Transferred from Oklahoma to USC.
Caleb.
Yes, thank God. Never played in a college football national championship. Went from Arizona State to LSU.
LSU. Oh, Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. It's Travis Hunter, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, and Devontae Smith.
I told you after work I was going to be fried. This is what I told you was going to happen.
Oh, stop. You should have gotten 3 at a minimum.
I got Devontae. I just remember random shit.
You got Devontae Smith, and I was like, oh, he's got this easy. I was like, he's got this easy. He got the hardest one. That's the one I thought you definitely wouldn't get.
Bryce, I was never getting. I don't know why, but he would have never.
We'll get it. I got 2 more trivia questions.
All right, cool.
Who is second all time in assists in NBA history?
Behind Stockton?
Behind Stockton.
It's either Chris Paul or Jason Kidd, maybe. Or
which one?
Jason Kidd?
No, you had Chris Paul.
It's Chris Paul?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Whatever.
What is the capital of Illinois?
Chicago.
Not Chicago. It's not Chicago.
Illinois. Is it Bloomington?
Bloomington? No, that's Indiana, but that's not even the capital of Indiana.
Illinois too.
Oh, okay. All right, no, but that's not right.
That I know, like car manufacturer.
Okay.
Yeah, plants there.
I believe that. Yeah, the only Bloomington I know is Indiana, but it's not right either way.
Yeah.
The cap. If you don't know it, you don't know it. There's no way to like. I guess I can give you a hint. It's where the Simpsons, like the name of the Simpsons, is the same name.
Oh, I've seen it. Fuck. Oh.
Blank.
Man.
Blank field. Blank field.
Blank field. I don't know it then.
Springfield.
Springfield,
Illinois.
Okay.
All right, let's go through these. That was a fun one, actually.
That was a good one. Okay, that was good.
Mount Rushmore of white rappers. Eminem, Mac Miller. I had those written down. Simpatico in that order. You went Vanilla Ice and some guy I've never heard of. And Vanilla Ice is like a disgrace to white rappers. If anything, he got like held out the window by Suge Knight by his ankles.
He broke the barrier.
No, I think you're putting a little too much. I think he set them back. I think he's the reason why white rappers were looked at
like the way they were looked at, like Malibu's Most Wanted,
so long because of Vanilla Ice. So,
I know. But he is. Some people think he's legendary in hip hop circles. I've seen interviews of people talking about him. I swear on everything.
Yeah, I might. This might be my second challenge flag of the night. Oswaldo Peraza never played in the infield, and I didn't officially throw it, but that's the one I considered.
No, you just threw that. I'm going to get it.
All right. I'm going to say he played less than 10 games as an infielder.
Perfect. Let's see what we got here. How would I find this? I'm on Baseball Reference. Shortstop, third baseman are the first two things listed, and second baseman. Those are his three positions listed on Baseball Reference. You just got owned. Thank you very much.
No, but look at games played. We'll go to splits.
Splits?
And go by position.
Yeah. What are we
know
doing?
what a fucking split is?
I'm looking at splits right now, bro.
And there's no positional splits?
I see value batting, advanced batting, compare, batting, fielding.
Batting splits, career.
Fielding.
I'll try to find it.
I don't think it cuts it like that. I'm trying to
show
do it right
season,
now.
show home run, show phones, show start, show defensive positions.
Oh, nice. Where'd you find that? Where's that?
I was wrong. You were right. Fuck.
Thank you.
I shouldn't have challenged. I fucking tried not to, and you're like, nah, it's a challenge.
You gotta follow your heart.
That's my first lost challenge. All right.
Challenge. So how many challenges do you have left now? 2 or 1? 1 left.
I guess I have 1. I don't know. I think I have none. I think we're playing by the old challenge rules. Like you only get a second one if you get it right.
Okay. Well, that's for this episode then. So each episode you get the challenge. You can.
I get 1 challenge, and if I get it right, then I get another one.
A second. All right, perfect. So the other one. So it doesn't really matter whether or not I'm right about Vanilla Ice. Then I can live the life right now. There are no challenges.
Whatever you say goes now for the rest of the episode.
Perfect. We're on live television. This is great. Vanilla Ice is a fucking legend, according to DJ Premier.
Vanilla Ice is Biggie's favorite rapper. I heard Tupac say Vanilla Ice is the reason he started rapping. No, but
Vanilla Ice held Suge Knight out the window.
I'm still 2 for 3. I'm still 2 for 3 on challenges overall. I'll take it.
Fair enough.
And then you said Marlon Craft. I don't know who that is.
Oh, actually tight from Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Current rapper, really dope. Would actually.
Which song should I add to my Spotify?
Hans Zimmer is a fire song. I know that song off.
Don Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Don or Han?
Han, like the director.
Okay.
Hans Zimmer.
I didn't know. You said he was from New York. I thought maybe he was talking about the old. I thought he was talking about the old Yankees coach Don Zimmer.
Yeah, that's a good pull too. No, Hans Zimmer, like the director, HAN.
Okay.
But hold on. I'm pulling up his thing. I'll tell you how many songs I have liked by him on Spotify, so you know I'm not fronting right now that I actually listen.
No. I just want to know a song that I could put on at the gym tomorrow.
You're actually gonna fuck with him, John. Heavy. I have 20 of his songs liked. The Pace is an incredible song. This whole album, Home Court Advantage. I advise everyone on Road 26.
I like the sports reference ass Action Bronson shit. Sounds like that's the type of shit he's on.
He's a little nice. He's a little different than I think you'll fuck with. His flow is nice. He's goofy looking.
Which leads me into someone you left off. You think Vanilla Ice and Marlon Craft are above Action Bronson?
Yeah, we're taking Vanilla Ice off. We're putting Action up.
Okay, you're saying you're amending.
I agree. I'm amending.
Okay. All right, now a couple other ones I want to shout out. Philly guy, fucking hardcore, like jail, like real street bars, white guy though. from Philly, like probably sold like opiates.
Is that
OT OT the Real.
OT the Real. Yeah.
OT the Real goes hard.
He's good too. And
spit some
reminded me of
wild
Millsy, or whatever his name is, Millie's or Millsy.
Millie's has a couple good songs. I saw him get like punked out by Machine Gun Kelly, and I kind of felt it.
There's another name. Okay, cool.
But I don't know. Not that I want to put Machine Gun Kelly on my top 4. No way. My point being is that if Machine Gun Kelly punks you out, you can't rap gangster to me.
I owe an apology to Action Bronson for leaving him out. I've listened to him so much my whole life. I will admit this on the podcast right now, only because there's no one watching right now. It's just me and you. I'm actually related to Action Bronson. This is not a joke.
No, you're not.
I swear on my mother and everyone's life.
Bro, if you're not a first cousin, you're not related. I don't give a shit. That's anything beyond first cousins.
It is beyond first cousin, but I am technically related. Would you like to hear the relation?
Your mom's cousin is his fucking aunt or some crazy shit.
My grandmother and his mother are first cousins. That's the relation.
Okay.
Gloria is the name of his mother. She is first cousins. My mother has had lunch with Gloria before. She actually lives in New York. She's, of course, all that. And she's kind of part of the family a little bit. So
your grandmother is, your great aunt is his mom?
Wow.
Your grandmother's sister is his mom?
No, cousin, first cousin.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's a little lengthy. You know?
Yeah, that's like second or third cousins.
I don't know what that would be. But the main reason why I'm a joke right now for not saying Action Bronson is because I've seen Action Bronson live probably 4 times, and he's super dope. I saw him in Brooklyn with Rock Marciano. He signed afterwards, and he's the fucking man. So, and I
putting Vanilla. You're really trying to backtrack.
I was really fucking up by not saying that.
Yeah. Vanilla Ice over.
Yeah, that's why I was just daunted
by Action Bronson is a crazy work. I don't know what you're doing.
Because I ran off the first 2 so fast, I just got those out of the way, and I fucked myself. And I
take 30 seconds to formally apologize to Action Bronson.
Apologizing to Action Bronson, my technical, whatever you want to call, third cousin, who actually is an awesome rapper. Blue Chips is a great mixtape, classic. He's one of the inventors of combining sports references with food references with just loose, flamboyant raps over sick beats by Alchemist and Derringer and all these guys. So shouts to Alchemist. Big ups, big apology.
There you go.
After 9 hours of work and getting high right afterwards, you didn't deserve it.
I'm sick of the work excuse, bro. I work hard labor. I would record these podcasts with you at 11 o'clock at night into midnight.
Like you said to the guy at work about you don't root against Philly. That's you, bro. That's not me. I just started working again.
Dude, I don't care. I don't want to hear the fucking excuses. What I'm trying to say, bro.
Anyway, the point is, hear it, bro. Action.
It's fucking for everyone wondering about what. It's not even 7 o'clock where Zach is right now.
Sure, it's 6:50.
I fucking was on my way to the gym when Zach's time right now. He's like too tired to think. I went to the gym and fucking put 75-pound dumbbells above my head. When he's like, can't even think.
I don't want to overdraw that point.
He can't even fucking think of Action Bronson. You got to. There's other things there. It's not just work and a bong rip. You got some brain fog. You need to take some like.
He was telling me that we're fucking hilarious. I suppose this is what he means because this is ridiculous.
I think you need to take some fucking vitamins or something, bro. You need to clear your head. Like you need some matcha or some shit, dude. I don't know. If you want to know what I do, it's apple cider vinegar, multi-gummy, and a fucking multivitamin gummy, and biotin every day.
What's biotin?
Biotin is good for like your hair and your skin. Not that I have any hair, but but it's good. Basically biotin and minoxidil is why my hair loss hasn't gotten worse. It's not going to bring anything back, but it keeps you maintained. You're in good shape.
I'm all right. I'm letting it grow. I'm working. I haven't even got a haircut and shit. It's crazy.
Letting it grow is probably the move for you. It looks better longer.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. I think it's good. If you let it grow, grow, it's more effort. You gotta actually put product in and stuff like that.
My hands and shit when I'm in the shower. It actually does out and shit.
And I'll send you some good hair product stuff. I think you should let it grow, bro. I think it'll look good. When you get married and shit. you have a wedding coming up. I think you should let it grow a little bit. Like my brother-in-law, he's got.
I know, Eric.
He's got thin ass hair. He's like us, but he just makes it long and then styles it up. And then, in the back, it looks like he's got the bald spot, but from the front, it looks good,
The guy from the newsroom type of look, when he just brushes it back,
Yeah. Fucking
Jeff Daniels,
not on some what's it called, American Hustle, Christian Bale, where you fucking move it all around and then and Bradley Cooper's character shakes it, you know what's crazy about that?
Do a Scott Conn. Could do a Scott Conn.
No, Scott Conn has phenomenal hair. But my point being is Christian Bale did that in American Hustle. That whole scene was a whole bit. And then
you mean American Psycho?
No. You're thinking of Good Hair. Not American. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong movie. It's the movie with Christian Bale where he wears a fat suit and was with Bradley Cooper. It is American Hustle, I think. You might not have seen it.
That's probably American. I think that's American Hustle. I think you're right. But I also know that I was confusing it, I think, because Christian Bale also played American Psycho.
In American Psycho, yeah. No, I'm not talking handsome, jacked.
Yeah.
I'm not talking handsome, jacked Christian Bale. No offense, you're not going to look like Christian Bale in American Psycho.
Yeah,
I love you.
I was like, shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to gas you up that much. But the long hair does look nice.
I'm saying I can rock my hair like that.
But I get why you misunderstood it, because I was like, it's not, because I said don't go, so maybe you're thinking it's not going to look like that. But I mean, don't go American Hustle, where he's got no hair and he moves it all around to cover it up, and then
what do you do with that? Then I like having a shape on it.
No, keep the sides short and a nice fade, but grow it longer on top, and then probably just pull it back. Or push it down, but keep it pretty long and messy. I feel like at Eddie's wedding, I'm seeing pictures and I'm like, that's the best my hair has looked. It was long and I had the longer unkempt beard. At least I started dancing and sweating and shit and fucking then it just all goes to shit. But when I walked down the aisle, the pictures, my hair looked good. I was like,
yeah,
I
look balding or anything like that.
I was bald at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, which you normally do. But my point being is, not my point being, but getting all the way back to that scene in American Hustle is an iconic kind of scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then the show Winning Time with
John
C. Reilly did the same thing as Jerry Buss, basically stole the scene bar for bar. If you were a comedian and someone did that with your joke, you'd have beef. It was the same exact thing.
Literally.
And then instead of Bradley Cooper rustling Christian Bale's hair in American Hustle, John C. Reilly or Jerry Buss, whatever his name is, Dr. Buss. I know it's Dr. Buss. Dr. Buss's mom.
We're talking about the Lakers, by the way. We're talking about Winning Time, which is the Lakers doc, by the way.
Yeah, not a doc, but
or a movie, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good series. But then his mom in the show was like, "Your fucking rat's nest. You're fake, just like your rat's nest in your hair." They basically stole the whole bit from American Hustle. But moving on, two more guys I want to shout out real quick is. He's not really a rapper anymore, so I was not I didn't think you should put him on the list, but I just think when he was coming up is Post Malone, White Iverson, Post Malone, I Don't Want to Die Too Young, that shit was hard.
He's a songwriter. I don't think he's a rapper.
He was a rapper, though, coming up. SoundCloud rapper, definition of one. True. White Iverson on SoundCloud.
True. And he also has other shots Taking Shots. He has some songs okay, all right, I'm ready.
Dude, White Iverson was a banger. It was a rap song.
Was a banger. I'm also thinking of just more concurrent stuff, and there are rap songs on his newer albums. I'm ready. You're good.
Yeah. But maybe above Vanilla Ice, below Action Bronson, and then I got a couple old school shout outs. Bubba Sparks. He was contemporary with Eminem.
Is he was full white?
Bubba Sparks is 100%
white. A country white. Was he not Hispanic at all?
Nah, bro. Bubba Sparks is a fat white guy, dude.
Okay.
Come on. You want to throw your challenge?
No challenge. I have no idea.
Yeah. And then
thought he always was.
And then MC Search, Old Head, House of Pain.
Nice.
He hosted the White Rapper show on MTV, so I thought I had to shout him out. And then the last one I'll say before we move on is Paul Wall, People's Champ, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You know who's another one I thought of? Is the guy
didn't have it.
The smoke box guy. Oh man, he used to do the smoke box, and he used to have he has the rappers on in his car. Super famous rapper. Not Kid and Play. Fuck man.
Say whatever you said again. I wasn't listening.
The guy that does the smoke box. He used to do the smoke boxes. Like
I don't know what the fuck the smoke box is.
He like rappers on, and they sit in a car and get high together, smoking an L, and he interviews them. It's called the smoke box. Let me look it up.
Yeah, look at it. That sounds like you could figure it out in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying things out loud.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember it without looking it up. The smoke box. Here we go. Oh, here he is. This is him. This guy. What's his name?
Write Smokebox host in Google.
It just says Jason Ellis, Smokebox. Be real. Be Real.
Be Real. I don't know. See, Be Real from Cypress Hill?
Yeah.
He's definitely not full white. No chance. He's definitely Hispanic.
Okay. Good.
I don't have a challenge.
It's no challenge. I'm looking up myself.
I don't have a challenge, but
from Los Angeles, California. Yeah, Luis Mario Freeze. No bias.
You could stop at Luis. You could stop. He's definitely not white. His name is Luis.
He's born in LA. Yeah, I don't see like what his background is. It's funny though. Be real.
Dude, he is not white, dude. Come on, his name is Luis.
Yeah, his mother is Cuban.
Yeah. Even when I don't have a challenge flag, I was
looking it up myself, but I had to shout out. I should have been like guy. I just remember being a white guy.
You should have told me you're out of challenges, bro. He's white. There's nothing you can say. Facts are the facts. The rules are the rules.
Burner's another guy I thought of too. Just now.
All right, this is the White Rapper podcast. We've waxed poetic enough.
Shouts to Marlon next Craft, by the way. Shouts to Marlon.
Shout out to Action Bronson. For the next 5 years, I didn't say 15 because that would be obvious. I didn't say 1 because that would be obvious. Would you rather have Jokic or Wemby? This is one, and among the long that I disagree with you. I'll let you have the floor first. 5 years, you'd rather have Jokic than Victor Wembanyama.
Proof's in the pudding.
That's it? That's your whole debate? All right, I hear that. Jokic is an incredible player. One of the leading triple-double guys of all time. We learned last episode. I think Wemby, just potential-wise, is so unlimited. And I think defensively, he's incredibly underrated, even though he does get a lot of respect. Because I know going into last season even, when you took him off the court, like the defensively was at like the bottom of the league. Mm-hmm. And then when he was on the court, they were top of the league. And they finished like middle of the pack. Like he takes a defense that's terrible to one of the best in the league. Imagine you put some other defenders around him. You don't – like, obviously, in this NBA, it's all built around three-point shooting and offense scoring possessions. I think, like, in sports, it's like fashion. Things are cyclical. It's going to come back to playing good defense, having a post-game, controlling, holding for a good shot. And I think with a Wembanyama, he could be the cornerstone to that, but also still keep a big man who could spread the floor and shoot and dribble and handle and dominate defensively, which I do think that Jokic, as great as he is at rebounding, I still think defensively he isn't where Wembanyama is in terms of the block shots and just on ball and post defense. And like I said, I think Wemby
presence in general, I would say.
Wemby, I think, is getting better every year, almost every game, almost every week. Whereas Jokic, I think, is closer, even though I don't think he's necessarily peaked, he's closer to a finished product than Wemby is. So
right.
I get
he's to him averaging a triple-double.
But I don't know the numbers, so I'm kind of pulling this out of my ass. I think already Wemby gets more blocks, Wemby does more defensively if you look at the metrics. Like, already there are things that Wemby's better at, and he's like 20 years old. 23-year-old Wemby is going to be a fucking problem.
So a couple things. I think that there will never be a full season where Wemby will play the whole season. I do inevitably see injuries catching up here. So you talk about 5 years, like I would be concerned about, versus like Jokic, who's very low to the ground, doesn't jump. There's not a lot of risk factor with Jokic. So that's one thing I have to say about the health thing, is one thing I'm thinking about. The other thing I was thinking about is just like basketball to me is in general, like a lot of these special talents come through the league a ton. They can be whatever size, whatever. And I'm not comparing Wembanyama because he's obviously incredible, and I'm not comparing him to a Manu.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's. Yeah,
I'm not going there because he's in his own category of everything. But if he develops into a guy that understands the angles that Jokic understands and the winning basketball and all that stuff, and he does develop into that, then yeah, you'll be on the right side of history picking him right now. But I've seen already that Jokic knows how to do that and figure out those angles and play winning basketball and control the game offensively and control from the way he plays the game. Also, he's a clutch player, and he's already done it in terms of winning a championship. So these are big things, especially you talk about the era of parity. Feels like they're in the NBA. There hasn't been a ton of parity until recent now. It was always like the Warriors, whatever, and the Cavaliers. So I think we're approaching an era of parity right now in the NBA. But obviously it's going to taper off at some point or another. The cream will rise to the crop, or maybe someone will go play with Wemby, and that Spurs team will look dynamic when they add imagine he played with Shai or something, like something stupid. It would be incredible. So
absolutely. I mean, and to be fair, I'm not saying like it's a debate for a reason. Like it's obviously a question. Like, you can come either way.
The history very easily if Wemby does get to those steps that you're talking about, and some of the stuff that I'm talking about in regards to what Jokic already does understand, in my opinion. Like you talked about a finished product.
Yeah, and when I say like I love Jokic, she's amazing, but I just think the potential is Wemby is just out of control. Like I said, you're talking about the not playing a full season kind of thing. But let's be fair, last year he played 71 of 82 games. That's more than a lot of NBA
19
players. Yeah, very young, still building his body up. Because I want to stop on that real quick just to say, I saw a picture of him, and like he didn't look like Durant as a rookie, like all skin and bones. Like he had some muscle.
Skeleton.
Durant couldn't bench press 135 pounds at the combine for the NBA. That's how weak he was. I saw a picture of Wembanyama with like no shirt on, like sitting at a locker. He has some muscle on him. Don't get me wrong. He's very light for his height. Obviously, still like he's only like probably like 225, 230. But I think he's gonna put on more size. Like he's still built. You can tell he's trying to build his frame. Like he's trying to be stronger.
I get me nervous. I like the lean Wembanyama. I like the leanness. The reason KD, really has. Besides the later half of his career, but generally speaking, I think KD's also just not a work warrior. Like, he's not working as hard as a lot of other guys. That's why injuries come upon you like him, because he's just a natural and he's just gifted. And, I don't think being thin equates with like not getting hurt. I don't know. I think having muscle on top of your body, the knees and the ankles, you don't see that. Well, I'm not saying he's not building his legs. Also, I'm just saying he's putting muscle on it. Like he's not as frail as other people we've seen. There's only Kevin Durant with an ankle. Kevin Durant is like the exception that proves the rule. Like I don't see a lot of like skinny NBA players who have long careers. All like superstars have muscle or have girth to them. Like Shaq, Karl Malone. Even like one of the smaller ones, Steph, you still see like he's packed on some muscle, especially like you look at Steph at Davidson and Steph now, like he's obviously put on size. For sure. Kevin Durant is like the exception. And also like this year he's played 39 of 44 games. Like he's out there almost every night. I think Wemby will be a body type similar to Kevin Durant. I think he's already bigger than Kevin Durant. I think that could be. I don't think he's gonna get much bigger. Maybe not much. Let's say right now he's 230. Like I could see him getting to 250 at 7'3". Muscle mass, maybe. Like easily. He also still might get taller. He's that young. Like like he's
he's an extreme example of what you said of like
he also
guys who come into the league and take the league by storm. But he's also taken the league by storm for now 71 plus 39 games, so 110 games already, and he's dominated. This year he's 25-10 with 4 blocks, 4 assists, and a steal.
So my question would be: is on offense? Obviously, he's a better shooter than Jokic, like pure shooting the ball.
I don't know. That's close. That was really gay.
I don't know. I think that obviously shooting threes, I think it would lean towards Wembanyama for me. It just seems like he's been shooting the rock from threes for his whole life, and
maybe more of a natural looking stroke. But I think Jokic knocks him down at like the same percentage, at least at this point of both of their careers.
I mean, that'd be great to know. I would just, in terms of like a guy that can even improve his shooting, you're talking about like as well. If they're shooting the same percentage, let's say, Wembanyama has the ability to be even more efficient as he learns the game and becomes even more comfortable in the league, and the league slows down even that much more, and he becomes an even more dominating force as he has the capability of being. He could average 35 points a game easy and just dominate the game because he's so long. He only takes a couple dribbles to get to the hole. He's effective on defense just by his presence and his arms swinging across. You have to look out for him. He can reach for basically block to block on the defensive end. It's disgusting. Some of his stuff is inhuman that he does. It's fake. And
so Jokic is... you said it would be great to know, so I'm just looking it up.
Yeah.
Jokic this season is freaking out from three.
Yeah, I think he's like 47%.
47%. Yeah.
So he's obvious.
And Wembanyama's 35% this year.
I don't know how I remembered that. I saw that on the other night, like for 5 seconds. I was
so why would you say Wembanyama? When I said that, like they probably shoot a similar percentage, why wouldn't you say that if you remember?
Because what's his real? What's like last season?
Well, last year he was 36%.
There we go.
And Wembanyama is 35.5% this year. Last year, 32.5%.
That's your argument. That was the argument.
Yeah. Like I said, the percentages are probably close.
We're not playing this game that Jokic is just blowing Wembanyama out of the water.
No. I'm saying you're the one saying Wembanyama is clearly a better shooter than Jokic, and I'm like saying maybe it looks more natural.
No, you were
goes
right.
in.
It's much closer than I gave it credit.
Go in.
Yeah. No, you were right that I was wrong that it wasn't. I thought that Wembanyama had him cleared for sure, but
no, Jokic has a better percentage.
Jokic has a better percentage by 0.5 year to year from those years, but this year it's
no. From this, if we're doing this year and last year, it's 47 and 36, and Wembanyama has 35.5 and 32.5. If we're doing this year and last year, But I'm just saying, whatever. Like my point being is that it's not clear that Wembanyama's a better shooter than Jokic, and that's hurting my own argument. I'm just saying.
There you go.
But I don't know. I love them both, but I just think.
What does Wembanyama do well on the offensive end?
Handle, shoot,
handles
dunk.
better than Jokic.
Again, it looks smoother, but it's probably similar, to be honest. If we're being 100% honest.
That's the bonus thing.
But again,
back you down thing with the handle. He's using
the ball. I would say in transition, Wembanyama's probably has better handle. Like if someone when he was going right to left, and then someone came to steal it, like crossing over and going the other way, one step, and he's like one step away from a dunk from half court. He's one dribble from half court from dunking the ball.
I think we have to go see him live at some point. This guy
for sure. I absolutely.
He's like a spectacle.
Yeah. No, I was looking already at the Sixers Spurs. I'm definitely going to see him soon. I'm excited. I think he's incredible, but we'll keep it moving. Like I said, it's a debate. There's no clear answer there.
Yeah. Shouts to both. Shouts to Wembanyama, freaking nature. We'll never see anybody like that ever again. He's an insane and human player. And shouts to Jokic, of course.
We'll keep it moving. What's your go-to candy? So. As we'll say like a gummy, you went Sour Patch, but as a fucking
not the watermelon bullshit's the regular.
But your 1-1 of candy is Nestle's Cruncher Bunch. You're going to the movie theater. That's what you want in your fucking sleeve.
In my hand.
So you don't have to pay movie theater prices.
Perfect.
No, in the sleeve, so you have to pay the high prices.
Pay it too.
I mean, yeah, of course. I almost always pay it, but if I
have the chance of not paying it, I won't pay it and I'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go to Five Below beforehand, put it in the girl's purse.
Little Target run in Palisade Center. Look, come on now.
Oh yeah, Target. Wow, that brought back. That was like core memories, like going to Target before the movies.
Come on now. And
And
it's
just
also
fucking
right next to
load it
the,
up.
if you rip the IMAX there too, ever.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I ever did it for IMAX though.
I think
to be
twice,
honest.
maybe once or twice.
But yeah, I like Dirt's gummy clusters. I don't know if you fuck with them yet, bro. They go hard as fuck.
Gummy clusters, probably fire. I'm generally
So-
in candy world, like I'm a big fan.
Are you a Nerds? Have you ever had Nerds rope?
Yeah.
So-
yes.
So imagine a Nerds rope, but like a ball surrounded by
Fire.
Nerds of that same kind of gummy inside. I'm gonna fucking. I got you, bro. You gotta get on.
Nerds is the best, bro. Those boxes of Nerds, I could bang 100 of those back in the day. The
Dude,
classic-
Nerds rope. I think I had like a Nerds rope problem back in the day. I think I was like scratching my neck for Nerds ropes.
that's
And
crazy.
these gummy clusters are fucking even better. And
Yeah.
like,
In
it's
general,
bad news.
candy, good candy, like I like all that stuff. Skittles, I love Starburst, I love,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I'm a big fan.
hot take, you like candy.
I like a lot of candy. Yeah,
Hot take, candy tastes
because
good.
I'm allergic to a lot of shit that comes with chocolate, for the record. So
Fair
candy has
enough.
always been my world.
Worst starting corner you've ever seen. I wrote down Eli Apple and Prince Mukamara for the record. I wrote down 4 names, and they were both 2 of them.
Go.
But
Not Giants hate,
Prince-
by the way. They really were horrible.
I'll say Eli Apple is definitely up there. Prince Mukamara, I think, is a little better than I give him credit for. I
Yeah,
always
he
just
had a nice little stint on the Bears.
Yeah, and I always said, like, I just thought that him getting drafted above Jimmy Smith was a terrible fucking pick, and I stood on that. So
You
I
said
think
the
my
corner from the
take,
Ravens you're talking about.
yeah. And he
Yeah.
played at Colorado in college, and I was
Yeah,
like, how
yeah.
could you take Prince Mukamara over fucking Jimmy Smith?
Same
And
position.
I remember talking to my friend, or used to be friend, Nick Sags about this, and fucking, I was like, yo, look at Jimmy Smith, like, coverage highlights. We like, watch the highlights, and then he goes, okay, now look at my baby. Talking about Prince Mukamara. I was like, wait, did you just call him your baby? I was like, what was that? He's like, now look at my baby. And it was like Prince Mukamara, like, making big hits, like, against, like, small school teams.
My baby now.
Yeah. It was so funny. And he, like, it wasn't like a joke. He wasn't, like, being funny. Like, he was like, now look at my baby. He just loves the Giants so much. But it was, I just remember, like, so I think I, like, hate, for the record, Jimmy Smith, way better than Prince Mukamara in the league,
nice,
for
nice
sure.
Nice career.
Yeah, good player. Very good player. Good starting player.
Yeah.
Prince Mukamara was a liability in coverage, a lot of penalties,
Liability.
but he can make some tackles and, help in the run game a little bit. He's probably not, we're saying worst starting quarterback ever.
Danny Apple is better and a more popular figure than Eli Apple ever was.
Who are you talking about?
That's Eli Apple's mother, who had a big social media presence while he was a player and had a bigger presence in social media and in the landscape of anything. And if they were trying to earn any branding or any endorsements, it came through her, not through Eli Apple's play.
So you slid in the DMs, is what you're saying?
No, she's heinous. But, but
So you say you slid in the
one
DMs,
that
though?
she's pushing the brand, the Eli Apple brand.
All right, we'll keep it moving. But the other 2 names I wrote down for the record are Emmanuel Forbes, who we keep shouting out on this podcast as being Washington's liability they got rid of. And then,
Did you write down what's his name on Philly?
No, I didn't write down anyone
Maddox?
from Philly.
Oh, you could've-
Maddox? No, he's not one of the worst. And he's not really a starter either.
That's true.
I'm talking about like outside guys, like unless you're like an established nickel.
Yeah.
And the other one I wrote down was Fred Thomas. He played for the Saints. And I just remember there was a highlight video of him just getting beat. And there's just like the announcers, and it's just like Fred Thomas got scorched. And it was just like him getting destroyed. It's like one of my favorite old like internet YouTube videos, like
That's
the
funny.
old internet days. So I wrote them down, but yeah, so I like that. We were pretty on par there. Worst common male first name. You hit me with a Gavin. I think that's a great answer. I like that one a lot. That's a terrible name. I don't know if it's quite common enough as I was thinking. So I'll tell you the
common.
2.
It felt kind of common.
The 2 that I wrote down, but there's a 1-1 for sure. So the second place one.
Wait. Can I say another name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Derek.
Derek. I think Derek's okay. I don't hate Derek as bad as these other names. Gavin is way worse than Derek. Your first.
Yeah.
You should have never said the second answer.
I'm trying to guess other names that you had written down.
Okay. You want to take another guess, or should I just rip it?
I'm thinking. What you would think. That's what I was trying to think of.
I'll give you the number 2, and you can try to guess the number 1.
Okay, go ahead.
The number 2 I wrote down was Howard. Because even if you want to go Howie, you have to be so cool to pull off Howie.
Yeah,
you have to be Howie Long.
Growing up, my parents were friends with a very cool Howie. That's exactly
Howie is cool. Played. Howie D and the Backstreet Boys.
Howie Long. I remember as a kid, he was cool.
Howie is a cool guy. You cool. Or else you're Howard. You can't be Howie unless you're cool. So Howard, then you're Howard, which stinks.
Popular name though.
Common first name. The other one I have, it's locked and loaded. I've always hated this name. No, I don't. Jared isn't great, but I don't hate it. Glenn. I hate the name Glenn. Glenn is the worst name.
I don't know anybody named Glenn.
I know Glenn McPhail. There's Glenn Powell. Like Glenn is a name for sure. Like
Glenn. I know Glenn from the Wedding Singer, the douchebag from that.
Yeah, Glenn is a top. I'll let you throw a challenge, but for sure, Glenn is a top 100 male name for certain.
Challenge.
All right.
Is Glenn a top 100 name in the world?
No, you got to say top. Well, not the world, bro. We're talking America, obviously.
The United States.
Yeah. You were like, I wanted Muhammad.
First name Glenn. Glenn is the 186th most popular name.
Damn, in America? Well, yeah. What's Gavin? Because if I'll throw a second challenge on. Right. Gavin is lower.
Hold on. Is instead of Glenn, Gavin, is Gavin a top 100 name? The first name Gavin is one of the top 100 most popular boys' name in the U.S. Currently at number 82 on Smart ranking. Swear on everything.
But this is probably like that were born in the last 5 years. I'm talking about like alive.
2 of 4.
What?
You're 2 of 4 on challenges now.
Nah. U.S. Census.
I swear.
Gavin. Name rank.
First name.blog. Gavin, right here.
All right. MyNameStats.com. I don't trust your source, bro.
What?
Gavin is ranked as the 1,650th most popular given name in the United States with an estimated population of 15,888.
I don't understand, though. What is this website?
Because you just look at fucking Google fucking AI.
First of all, Google is where you told me to look the last time we were going through one of these for audit sessions. So you can't blame Google after you told me to Google.
Yeah, but I don't know. You just went with the first thing.
That's what you told me to do.
Because I just knew there's no way that Gavin is the 82nd most.
I sent the link in the group chat for what I'm looking at. It's a whole website dedicated to Gavin.
It's a whole website dedicated to Gavin?
How are you spelling Gavin?
Gavin, dude.
All right, go ahead.
I'll send it in this chat too. And Glenn is ranked as the 186th most popular, like you said.
Yeah.
So this site is in step with yours for Glenn, but for Gavin, it says it's 1,650th most popular.
It's crazy. Let me see this site. Gavin
MyNameStats.com.
Number 51 on this site. This is popular names of the period of the 2000s. This is the Social Security.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, so 2000. You're thinking just from people born from 2000s. I'm talking about people in the world. We weren't born in the 2000s.
2010s.
We weren't born then. Think about this. Anyone over 24 years old is fucking named Glenn. You're not counting. I'm looking at the United States Census.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're looking at who was born recently. Glenn has lacked in popularity in the last fucking
90s
25 years. Look, I'm on mynamestats.com. I'll put them in the fucking same exact shit that you just fucking sent to the group. Because I knew that was bullshit.
What? That Gavin is 86th ranked? It said it on the website there that I clicked. I'm not crazy.
Look, I'm fucking put it. Did you put it in the group chat? You just lied?
No, I'm on the chat in our
in the fucking
I'm in the
Oh, I put it in our actual group chat.
In what chat? Oh.
with our friends.
They'll have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Well, I'm doing it anyway. I already started.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I see
You
it
can
here.
look. You can look at it now and see what
I
I'm
see
saying,
it. I see
bro.
it. Okay.
There's
Okay.
15,188 people in the United States Census whose names are fucking Gavin, and there's 349,361 whose names are Glenn. Suck my dick.
Still
Bitch.
not a top 100 name, as you said.
Yeah, but way more popular than Gavin, which was your answer. So you can't say my answer isn't
Whatever.
common
That's
enough.
just my answer was a side note. The main piece of my challenge
Glenn
was that your
fucking
name was
sucks.
not 100 top 100, and you lost your challenge, so you're 2 of 4.
Yeah,
So you can move
yeah,
it to me. But the original conversation
I'm still
was
2
about
for 3.
you and my challenge. Period.
I'm still 2 for 3 because I'm out of challenges. That one doesn't count. It's unofficial.
True. That's true. So you could have just lived in
All right.
infamy there. True.
All right. So what sporting
2 of
event is
4.
at the top of your bucket list to attend? You said Super Bowl, Giants, or Finals. Knicks. You got to pick one. It's the top of your list. You can only have one
Yeah,
thing.
if you're saying well, you told me 2 things. Like if I can influence the team. So if I can influence the team, then
No, I said you could influence the team for one event. That doesn't mean you get 2. It doesn't mean you get 2 answers.
listen, man. What are you talking about? All right, I'll pick the Knicks for sure.
Yeah, you haven't seen them win. That's the right answer. For me, it's a Cowboys Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah, Knicks. Need to see.
What is the
Love
best pet to have besides a dog or cat? You said fish. I wrote down cool fish tank.
it. Perfect.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Love that.
You know,
If you have a
just
sick
chilling
ass
on
fish
your
tank.
couch, maybe like a nice big one. If I was a rich person, definitely would have a dope fish tank in my house.
Like, and obviously you have to do work to feed, filter, stuff like that. But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's like having a pet that's just a decoration. Like, they
Yeah.
can't really fucking bother you. Like, you
It
know?
actually makes you feel good.
Yeah. But they can't, like, bother you. Like, if you're, like,
No, yeah.
sleeping, they can't, like, wake you up, you know?
Or to
Like,
go take
other
them for a
pets
walk.
could. Like,
Yeah.
imagine having a fucking bird. A bird is the worst one. They fucking squawk and make noise. Fuck out
Yeah,
of here,
there's
bird.
no way. Birds are nasty creatures too. They're mean.
Yeah, they poop all the time and
They
shit.
peck. They're fucked up.
Yeah, no, cool ass fish tank with like cool fish is awesome. So
Yeah.
that might be
Are
the
there
new
any,
goal.
are there
I
any
have.
other ones that you thought of that would be a good answer besides the
All
fish?
I wrote was cool fish tank, and all you said was fish. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah,
Especially since we already matched with Eli Apple and Amukamara,
pretty good. Lock
Yeah,
step,
yeah.
kid.
and we had Eminem and Mac Miller too. After that,
Mac-
we went very
I
different.
just couldn't name my own third cousin, or and I couldn't name apparently the last people that won the Heisman, like Bryce Young and Jaden Daniels.
And guess what? Would you rather be blind or paraplegic? I also wrote down paraplegic.
Figured as
Fucking,
much. I mean,
yeah.
it's just like if you're blind, you can't enjoy anything.
Music.
Music, but even still, like
No, I
Still
even think
didn't-
about it. Like, you can work out, but you can't see your gains.
you're just the whole
Because even
thing
if
is
you're
awful.
collegic, you could have like a jacked upper body or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
you can go to a
I don't know,
concert
it's
and
about
enjoy a
gym, but
concert.
just-
You can have a
yeah.
normal life as a paraplegic. You can. It'd be tougher,
It
but you can.
sucks. It sucks.
would
though.
suck.
We're definitely playing that. It sucks.
No, it would
If
be
you're-
horrible, and it would be
If
like
you're
it'd
blind,
be-
you can run. You go upstairs.
I don't know.
You could definitely go upstairs if you're blind. If you're blind, you figure out how to do shit.
In
It's
a
not like
different
you're-
world, I'd be more concerned. But in this technology world with elevators and all this other shit, I feel like paraplegic is the way.
Yeah. And we're not saying like you could get fucking surgery for your eyes and maybe see again or get like an eye
There's no
transplant.
caveats here.
or
You're
whatever.
stuck with
Yeah,
one or
yeah.
the other. It would be
Yeah, yeah.
paraplegic for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, you can't see or you can't walk or move your legs at all.
Yeah.
It is crazy because just beyond walking, it's a lot. It's weird too. I feel like just like even like reaching like
with those crutches, you
anything.
mean like the hand-in crutches?
No. I mean, you're in a chair for sure.
Oh, wow.
But I'm saying like even the aspects of not being able to use your legs beyond just not being able to walk or run is probably fucking weird as fuck.
Probably all.
Yeah. But you're
Paraplegic, all blind people.
And to be clear, both of them are still fucking. Like you could still you still have sensations in your penis, all that shit. Obviously, if you're paralyzed and you can't feel your penis, then you want to be.
If
blind.
that's the case, then probably blind.
No, not even probably. What do you mean? It's
Yeah,
gotta
I think
be
at that point, blind. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's also what I was about to say before about being blind. Like, you literally can't enjoy anything.
you could enjoy that.
You can enjoy that. If the paraplegic, again, that was an X factor, we're switching.
I know you've done some closed eyes in your life. And you enjoyed it. Oh man.
Oh no, you teed that up too nice. That's terrible.
I actually went back and forth that, and to be fair, I have too. Who is more important to the Knicks, Bridges or OG?
Yeah. That was funny.
This is where we weren't simpatico anymore. I'm an OG guy, though. I think he's one of my favorite players in the NBA.
The reason I didn't say OG is because I'm least worried about OG.
When you said if we want to win a championship, I was like, he's gonna say OG. He's gonna say OG. And then you're like Bridges. I was like, especially since we had so many.
No, the reason I said this is because OG is not somebody I worry about. He will always get you your 20 and 10 and give you good defense or whatever, 15 and 10 and give you good defense, and he will be a guy. Bridges is the guy that can be 2 of 14 for no fucking reason for 6 points and not get to the free throw line and just keep chucking it. And that's not what we need out of our second best, possibly on some nights, scorer. Most of the time, third best scorer.
Hear me out.
You got it.
If OG doesn't play to the level or step up, there's no chance the Knicks win. I feel like Bridges could kind of shit the bed, but if OG, Towns, and Brunson, Hart maybe plays a little above, like they can still win. I feel like if OG doesn't come out and play well or gets hurt, let's say more important to the Knicks, one of them has to get hurt or the other one.
Then that if you said one got
Bridges
hurt,
get hurt.
Yeah, that in my head that's a different question than who's more important. But if you were talking about hurt, then we're just talking about value, like simple,
it's not
value,
that much
and
different.
then it's OG. Yeah.
I feel like who's more important and who has more value is pretty synonymous.
But the other night, Mikhail was the one checking, what's his name, John Morant all night, and John did not have. So that's stuff too. That is stuff too.
No, I'm not.
A great defender.
I'm just saying the argument of we've moved on from OG and Bridges because now I like to just debate semantics.
You're good.
Fucking more important versus like who is worse to get hurt. Like I feel like that's a pretty similar question,
More important in my head though, the way I took your question was who's the guy.
They're both healthy either way. Right. Which one's more important? They play better.
Right, and to me, Bridges could be more of a deterrent to them winning versus OG. OG's always going to be efficient, generally speaking.
Well, that makes my point.
Because you're saying if he were to happen to be not inefficient, then that impacts the Knicks more.
If OG doesn't play well, they're toast. They have no chance of winning a championship. If
Gale doesn't play well, they still could override that.
Yeah, I think so. At least make it to the championship.
I might vibe with that. Sounds like a good sale.
But that's the one thing we disagree on.
I do love OG more than Mikhail as a player. I think OG is more important to the Knicks than the player in terms of like what they do and what they need OG to do as a full player. I think you're right about the fact that they can supersede Mikhail's bad play. But if they want to win a championship, and we're talking about importance to winning a championship, the way I took the question, in my head, if Mikhail can get his 25 efficiently and be that third or fourth scorer, that's nuts. And that really will be the difference.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I don't hate your answer.
Like OG, and we already kind of got taste of like good play, like OG, Jalen, and maybe it was Hart and DiVincenzo, different guys, different nights last year in the playoffs. And so like even though you're replacing that production with Towns, which is probably better production in some facets, I still think that you need whoever that other guy is to be an efficient, good scorer who also plays good defense. His defense is there, but he cannot be this guy that does sometimes, which I've seen the last month, this 2 of 12, 1 of 9, 0 of 9 shit.
I can't give you Knicks questions anymore, bro. You get too fired up. Too fired up. No, I like it. I'm joking around, but
they need another player anyway. I've said this at length. They need another player. So this is.
We can talk more about it after the Super Bowl. We're gonna become a lot. I've been watching a lot of NBA and college basketball. I'm trying to because I know we're gonna have to start talking
the other night on Wednesday, so you got to catch those. Hell yeah.
Yeah, watch the whole game against the Nuggets. I watched that literally from tip off to the end of the game. I watched the entire game.
Yeah, they played great on offense that game.
No, I'm starting to watch more NBA and college. So I'm literally like. This is what we're going to talk about.
We're in hell. We're entering hell right now.
I'm starting to enjoy. I like college. I'm realizing more. Like Alabama versus fucking Mississippi State the other night.
In my opinion, we're entering hell, and we take vacations up to the normal area every now and then when there's a good game.
Penn State and Michigan the other day was a great game. college. I like
Cooper
college.
Flag is about to win this
one of
national
those
championship.
weird old guys who like college basketball and is like, I like the guys who play to win, and they're there for the love of the game. Like I'm transforming.
Cooper Flag.
Oh yeah, I love Cooper Flag. I watched Duke and NC State the other night too.
He's a fucking weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a basketball expert by 2 weeks from now for sure.
We need it.
Who is an underrated songwriter? I actually love your answer. Bridge Over Troubled Water, like one of the well-written
Only
songs.
Living Boy in New York is one of my favorite songs of all time.
I gotta write that one down with the white rapper song.
Write that down. The Only Living Boy in New York. It's by Simon and Garfunkel. It's by the Gang. But
so that goes with the Path. So I'm gonna make a playlist with that and the Path.
Yeah, or Pace.
The Pace.
I think it's just called Pace. I don't think it's I think it's just Pace.
Okay, Pace.
That whole album is great though. That you'll see it. It's a jersey. It's like a Knicks colored jersey is the cover of the album. You can't miss it.
It has a sports themed
flavor,
name.
Like you said. Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah,
no.
Any
I like
other
Paul
songwriters
Simon.
that you thought of when you thought of this question?
That's obvious. I only care about what I think when I write these questions. Obviously.
Fuck yeah.
But no, I'm just kidding. But no, the reason why I asked is because this is more than I care about what I think. It's more like I get motivation for the questions.
Fuck yeah.
And so I fucking think Billie Eilish is a ridiculous songwriter, and maybe it's like maybe it's like more in like circles of pop music knowers is like that's a known thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was looking into it, and I guess her brother is like the co-writer on every song, and I'm like, is that a thing where she's just trying to make sure he's making money, or is that like a real thing that they write songs together? Because that's kind of weird, because she's like writing a bunch of love songs and it's like with her brother. Like maybe they're thinking from, they're talking about different people, like who he loves and who she loves. But it's weird to write love songs with your brother.
Credits,
he might just make the beats or whatever, like produce it.
You're tapping into it right now. Like I don't believe it's not like some bullshit that someone can pull out of thin air. Like it's some incestuous relationship and they're making some fucking love song together and he's on it and she's on it and that's fucking weird. Like I think there's also the idea that artists give credit to their family for money and also like
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
And like all that stuff. So like that's one side of it. I also think that it's possible he just sits in a room with her and she's writing and she needs him to jog her head about an idea or another
play
way to
the piano. Yeah, like
whatever it might be, or anything. And like it could just be a quirk from his mouth about a line that the way she said it, and he says, "Say it like this," and that's writing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's loose. I feel like in a lot of ways with music, it's loose. Credit is credit.
So, but no, the one song that I was listening to, because I think I heard a cover, and then I was like, dude, the lyrics are crazy. Have you ever heard "Birds of a Feather" by Billie Eilish? It's like very like it's a poppy like chorus, like "Birds of a feather." Oh
yeah, Christy might have heard this. I've never heard this.
All right, so
I have it here.
Lyrics,
I'll listen to it after.
The lyrics are crazy. So it's like it goes like it's like I want you to stay until I'm in my grave.
Oh, I know this song. Oh, yeah.
Away, dead and buried.
Yeah.
And I'm in the casket you carry.
Yeah.
If you
this song has 1.9 billion plays on Spotify.
She goes, if you go, I'm going to. And if I'm turning blue, please don't save me. Like that's a hard ass fucking songwriting lyric. And there's another one where it's like, oh my god, like
this. I mean, this whole album, John. Every song has over 200 million plays.
But I don't like.
Song
but I think she's known as like a good musician. I don't think she's known as like a good songwriter or at least lyrics writer.
I mean, she must be though if she's getting this much attraction. As much people think that pop is pop, like the reason people get attraction and stuff a lot of times is because their shit is good too. It's the combination of being popular and good. Most times.
Oh man, I'm trying to find the one other song that has crazy lyrics. Oh my goodness.
I know she's a songwriter for sure. She wrote the Barbie theme song, like whatever that song's called, What Am I think it's called or something like that, or
Yes, that's the song I'm talking about. Thank you. That's the song I'm talking about. Look up the lyrics to that song. They're crazy.
That's an incredible song. I love that song, actually. When we went to go see the movie, I Shazammed that song while we were in the movie to get it, because Christy and I were both listening to it. We're like, this girl is so good. Like, who is this singing right now? And we realized it was Billie. Like, it was unbelievable. I have 4 of her songs saved. What Was I Made For was one of them.
What Was I Made For? The lyrics to that song.
Yeah, if you're looking for real good harmony, like singer-songwriter, like acoustic type shit, like real in your fields, fucking incredible. Yep, absolutely.
Hang on, I have to look it up real quick, because there was one part that I heard that I was like, that is, and it's like a Shakespearean lyric. Like,
yeah, I remember listening to this and having a similar feeling. I got to show you another artist, bro, that you would fuck with heavy, that is similar vibes to this. And this is definitely a genre of music I love, which is that singer-songwriter.
It was
melancholy. Like,
I'm sad when she was like, "I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend. It's not what he's made for." Like,
right.
That is a crazy lyric. Like that, just like it sounds like simplistic, but it's like hits so
in the
hard,
context.
like,
it's awesome. The whole song is incredible. The music, everything. Incredible song. And
then also the one there was one other song too. Everything I Wanted. Fucking ridiculous songwriting.
Yeah, Ocean Eyes. When the Party's Over. There's good songs by Billie. She's good.
I had a dream. It was everything I wanted. But this fucking Birds of a Feather is crazy.
What Was I Made For? Those are great shouts.
Yeah, but she's an amazing songwriter, I guess is all I'm really trying to say.
Yeah, man. That's a good genre of music, bro. I like that area of music, like that slow, like in your feels, like type shit. Yeah, I listen.
And I think we went over enough with the trivia.
Yeah,
you gotta get your state. I'm gonna keep hitting you with state capitals, bro. You're over right now. You gotta learn your state capitals.
Bro, I went to a private day school. I learned fucking Hebrew half the day. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
I learned them like 2 years ago. I just decided I wanted to know them. It's 50 things. You just learn it. It takes fucking.
I'm learning them as we
minutes.
Go. Test me. Come on. What you got? Chicago.
All right. I asked you Vermont already. I got you. I asked you Vermont already. Chicago's not a state; it's a city. You just said Chicago. The capital of Chicago is Springfield.
That's right. Yeah.
I asked you what's the capital of Vermont on this podcast. You didn't know it, and you're saying you're learning. So what did you learn? What's the capital of Vermont? Montpelier. Test me. Give me a state.
Montepillar. Montpelier. Is that right?
No. Montpelleir. Maybe. No, there's no A, I don't think. Montpellier.
IER. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ear. Got it. Montpelier.
Give me one.
Wyoming. Jackson.
Cheyenne. Jackson is Mississippi.
Wyoming. Jackson, Wyoming.
Jackson is the capital of Mississippi.
Jackson, Wyoming is a place too, though.
Look up the capital of Mississippi.
Mississippi capital. Jackson.
So you just gave me a capital city and I gave you the state. You can't even hit me with the reverse Uno card.
I just got Uno'd it, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, so last question for you before we log off here.
Get out of here. Yeah, I'm ready.
Anybody that you felt like was by the way, let's just do this actually. Final awards for the NFL season. Go.
Josh Allen MVP, Saquon Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Surtain, Defensive Rookie of the Year versus Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels.
I think I'm Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, O'Connell.
And Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow.
Okay, we're lockstep. The only thing I would change is Lamar is the MVP, not Josh Allen.
Yeah, I know. I feel like he's gonna win, but because he won like the All-Pro over Josh Allen, it's like the same voters. But I'm just saying Josh Allen is my MVP.
Damn. He'd be so proud. Sixers, Hotz heads, Dreamers. It's been a pleasure. We'll be back next week to give our Super Bowl picks and all that shit. Shouts to Kevin Johnson.
Fresh hat, gang.
Don't spend $100 on hats, kids, until you get a job and make money.
Just take care of them.
Be good.